So year 9 is like smooth sailing, and it's like what you're getting into in terms of work. Okay, we know
love, man.
how it goes.
What happened?
As in, like, we've done 8 seasons. For us, coming back to work.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we know this,
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we know these characters very well. And obviously they've changed and they're in new situations, but it is like putting on an old outfit that you know and is worn and fits your body very nicely. So that's good. But it's definitely a hard time for Booth and Brennan when we open this season.
I don't think it's easy.
I don't think it's easy, but it's different.
Very difficult.
It's very
that's
different.
for me. I'm not saying for you.
It's very different than starting like a whole new character or something like that. Like that's
Right.
If you did a whole new project, that's a much different thing than coming in and doing the same thing you've done for 8 seasons.
No, I guess it's true. But I mean, I think you kind of try to develop a sense of, trying to stretch and become like, because the writing is so unique with itself, with the relationship, that you just they put us in this situation where you have to kind of see this character in a different light because of the environment. And it's like what's so interesting about shows is they say to you, well, how can you be in a show for 8 seasons? How can you be a show for 6 seasons and not get bored of it? I think that for us, it's always been about our relationship and the character's relationship and being able to be thrusted into situations that are different and changing. And evolving. And that's what makes it exciting. It's not like, hey, we're showing up to work and being like, oh, well, we got this, and we take it for granted. I don't think that we do that.
We're not on autopilot.
No, we're not. We're always interested in the next scene and the next moment that we're going to have and how we can kind of evolve that around to what's going on between the two characters. And obviously, like Emily said, it's going to be an interesting, tough start to the season because of how the season 8 ended.
You said that Booth wakes up in pain every morning. Mm-hmm. Is that physical or psychological? And are we going to see any?
I always wanted to show that. We haven't really seen that yet. And I think that it would be fun to show that. Maybe an episode we will examine that because of what he went through in the past with his being a sniper and being captured and tortured. So I think that there's an opportunity for that, and it's one that I've always kind of put that into Hart's bin of he's got ideas of bins that he keeps from us, and so I would love to show that. So maybe one day we can see that.
How does the broken engagement affect Brennan? And does she what is it called? My brain is not working. Does she go back into her shell and put walls up again, or
does she regress? Basically,
that's the word. Thank you.
I'm amazed I thought of it this moment. There will be. She can't help but try to protect herself in some way a little bit, and she's incredibly sad. But she's not going to regress to her old self. I think she's evolved enough that she's not going to completely regress back to her old self. She'll try to protect herself, but not to the degree that she used to.
And do we eventually find out, or does she find out why it has happened?
Eventually, yeah. And she's a logical person, so I believe it's a logical enough decision that he made that she would hopefully forgive him.
How do you analyze the changes that Bones and Booth have been through all these seasons?
How do you analyze them?
How do you analyze the changes?
Analyze changes?
They have been through a lot of changes, their relationship. So how?
Right, I'm trying to figure out how do you analyze that. How do you analyze that?
Well, I don't know. I don't analyze it usually, but yeah.
I'm trying to figure that one out.
I have to use my brain or something. I don't know. I mean, to me, the way I see Brennan's changes is she kind of built a wall, like you said. She built a wall to protect herself, and slowly each brick is coming down. Mm-hmm. And the last season, she's been the most vulnerable. The last season and the last episode of that season, she was the most vulnerable she's ever been, that we've seen her. And she really opens up, and as a result, is hurt more than she's ever been hurt. And so, that's incredibly hard, but at the same time, from knowing him, from loving him, that's what has changed to her. And I think that's a wonderful thing, to see a character change because of love and because of another person that they love. So that's how I look at the changes my character has been through.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, we have time for just one more question.
David, were you at Comic-Con during Angel?
Yes, I was here.
What has changed?
Oh man, a lot. David came here in '97, so that was with Buffy. And we were all just excited to be working on a show that was on the verge of a cult success, and it was the making of Joss Whedon and David Greenwald and Miguel Berman, and things at Fox were extremely interesting at that time. And we just walked into I almost kind of looked at it more or less like a Grateful Dead show in the parking lot. Not so glamorized, not a lot of publications here, and people holding signs. Yeah, that was definitely not part of
None of
the
the
scene.
swag.
Yeah, there was swag, but I think it was like 3 tacos for down the street. There's a coupon, or
Right.
I think there was not. It was just a really strong sense of a community that was such diehard comic book fans. I think that, and it's interesting to see how it's grown. Obviously, it's become huge, and like the Lorax, you just keep everyone wants a piece of this and that, and before you know it, then it's all going to be gone, and it has to rebuild in a different way. But it's to see the studios come in and pump their films and their new shows, and they really have no connection to the comic book character is interesting and kind of funny.
Our show's
I know. It really
we
isn't.
originally came here because we came here before our show had even aired.
Yeah.
We came here because of you, because of being on Angel and Buffy.
To try to gain some support of those fans and bring them over to the Bones sector. And but they've come out in masses, and I think it's interesting. One thing I do find great about our show is if you just listen to the show like on an old-time radio show, like the way they did the radio classics, you can get that sense of a Dick Tracy kind of a feel. I keep saying Dick Tracy, but that would be my comic book metaphor for Bones.
Maybe you should bring the fans.
Yeah, next time. I should have dusted them off. I could have put them on and done a whole interview with you guys. Sure.
Always Halloween.
Right? Yeah, it's true. Who says any Halloween will put them on? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.